little as are eager for novelties. He attracted many Jews and many of the Greeks. Upon an indictment brought by leading members of our society, Pilate sentenced him to the cross. But those who had loved him from the very first did not cease to be attached to him. The Brotherhood of the Christians, named after him, is still in existence.
There's little doubt that a remarkable Jew called Jesus once walked here on the streets of ancient Jerusalem and here in Galilee. Galilee had then, as it does now, certain distinctive religious traditions. Traditions which lived on and are quietly kept alive today by the local Jews. Traditions which Jesus must have been aware of and part of. Precisely what were the beliefs, customs, and influences of Jesus' time? And can he be seen as a product of those forces, or was he something more? It's this question that has led to the most recent attempts to further the quest for the historical Jesus. The discovery of new, possibly very early Christian material at Nag Hammadi and of the Jewish Dead Sea Scrolls at Qumran have held out hope of new insights into the times in which Jesus lived and the beliefs of some of his contemporaries. Here, at the isolated monastery of Mar Saba in the Judean wilderness, a copy of a 2nd century letter has been discovered which suggests the existence of a secret Gospel of Mark, used by an inner circle of early followers of Jesus. According to one leading American professor, it could link back to the disciples and Jesus himself. The birth of the State of Israel in the middle of this century unleashed a wave of scholars and archaeologists determined to uncover their own roots. Roots closely entwined with those of Christianity. Each discovery a tiny piece in a long-lost mosaic. This new quest is still in its infancy and remains controversial. But for those determined to seek out the Jesus of history, it represents the most promising way forward. The picture emerging, however, is very different from the one preached in the Bible. From the moment in 1517 when Martin Luther first broke away from the authority of Rome, the Gospels, the major source of evidence about Jesus, have come under ever closer scrutiny. It was eventually discovered that whoever wrote them left sufficient flaws to render much of the text unreliable as historical evidence. By the middle of this century, some scholars had concluded that only Jesus' baptism and crucifixion, his role as a teacher, and some of his sayings could be judged authentic. More historical truth may lie buried in the writings, but there was no agreement about how it could be identified. All that was clear was that the traditional image of Jesus as taught by the Church had been shattered.